On May 7th, 2023, I would upload my most viewed short of all time. I honestly never thought that this video out of all my early shorts would get the most attention. Since it's a short, I didn't have enough time to go into detail about what happened on that United Airlines flight. So with this video, I would like to go into detail about what happened and explain the full story. On April 9th, 2017, 4 employees of Republic Airlines, which is a regional airline of United Airlines, were in Chicago and assigned to be a crew for a flight leaving the next day from Louisville, and was originally scheduled to travel onto a United Express flight 4448 at 2:55 p.m. But due to the aircraft experiencing a significant mechanical delay, the 4 employees had to switch to a different flight. 3411 was their new flight and was switched to their new flight at around 5:21 p.m. But there was another problem with this flight. It was overbooked, but the 4 employees need to be on this flight. They had to start asking people to give up their seats. They first offered passengers $400 in travel vouchers, a hotel stay, and a seat on a flight leaving more than 21 hours later if they would voluntarily give up their seats. After a couple minutes, the offer was increased to $800 in vouchers, but still no one would give up their seat. They then randomly selected passengers, which ended up being a couple, a woman and a doctor named David Dow. David refused to give up his seat due to the fact that he needed to see patients the next day at his clinic. With David refusing, United Airlines staff requested assistance from the Chicago Department of Aviation Security, and this is when that infamous video takes place.
Come on. Gotta go. Hey, you busted his lip.
Oh my God! Look at what you did to him! Oh my God! Oh my
Good work,
God!
guys. Good work. Way to go.
This is horrible. Oh my God!
Yeah, the police grabbed the guy.
Jesus!
He's a old.
Drive to Louisville? Can't they rent a car for the pilots and have them drive? No! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! No! Guys, my God! What are you doing? No, this is wrong! Oh my God! Look at what you did to him!
As shown in the video, David suffered injuries to his head and mouth when, as an aviation security officer threw him against the armrest before dragging him down the aisle by his arms, apparently unconscious. Several passengers were in shock at the situation, with some voluntarily leaving the aircraft, with passengers also stating that officers laughed as Dow was dragged from the plane, but it's unclear if that is true or not. The 4 United employees mentioned before then sat in the empty seats. David would later re-enter the aircraft with blood coming from his mouth, repeatedly saying, "I have to go home and just kill me." He then collapsed in a seat and was removed from the airplane on a stretcher. The rest of the passengers then had to exit the plane while the blood was cleaned up.
Scene unfolding on a United flight in Chicago.
On April 11, 2017, the law firms representing David issued a statement indicating that Dow and his family wants the world to know that they are very appreciative of the outpouring of prayers, concern, and support. The 3 Chicago Department of Aviation officers who responded to the incident were James Long, Mauricio Rodriguez Jr., and Stephen Smith. James Long had just returned to the job after a suspension for insubordination after having ignored a supervisor's orders to prevent vehicles from driving into a restricted area of the airport. James was placed on administrative leave soon after the incident with David. The other 2, Rodriguez and Smith, were placed on administrative leave on April 12th, along with their supervisor, who was also placed on administrative leave on April 19th. Later, on June 29, 2017, airport security changes were made, as the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board decertified the Chicago Department of Aviation Police, stating the agency is in no way a police agency, merely a security force. David and his legal team would sue the airline, with them reaching an undisclosed settlement. Surprisingly, John Long, the former Chicago aviation police officer, a year later would also sue United Airlines, stating he was unfairly terminated from his job.
ABC News exclusive. The doctor at the center of that shocking airplane incident is now speaking out about it for the first time. He sat down with Amy, and Amy, he says, that really changed his life.
On April 9, 2019, just 2 years after the incident, David Dow would have an interview with ABC News, speaking out for the first time since the incident, claiming he didn't know the video went viral and hardly remembered that day, only claiming that when he watched the video he just cried.